Yo, 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 back in the saddle once again, and welcome back to another exciting, head-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. People, my people, I recently posted a comment in one of my videos, several of them actually, and I was asking everyone the big question. Can you accept the actual truth of what's happening to all of these victims, these poor people in these national forests and these urban areas? What if it was something that you never thought could ever exist? I mean, think about it. We're talking about one of my most mind-scratching cases. You know him, the little boy with the sweatpants turned inside out. Him. Okay? Think about it. Think about that case. Think about how he was found. I'm just saying. Can you really accept the fact that he only found the top of his cranium? Not one part of his bones, except for a tooth in the cranium, was found. I mean, there was nothing. It looked like, to me personally, it looked like his body was lifted up like this, and he just lowered him, or it just lowered him in his mouth and just took one big bite and just swallowed him whole. I hate to say it like that, but that's just the way it looks. There's nothing found. And then the shoes are just the shoes. They look like they just came off the showroom floor. You know? I'm just saying. Can you really accept the truth? Had it been, or if it could be something that you never would think could exist? A different species of being that could probably do better. It does basically everything Bigfoot does, obviously, but it's unseen. It's never caught. I mean, with Bigfoot, you get videos of that all the time. But this, you never see it. There's been talk about this, like, predator-looking thing that turned out to be some kind of a blob that could, consciously stretch itself over to another tree and then just jump from one tree to another. Think about it. It's a different species of being that could cloak itself, yet still be seen because of light and all that stuff. Nature itself. It's see-through, but it looks solid. I'm just saying. That's like every single government's dream. I've seen them create a cloak that you can put over your body, or a suit. There was a video of this, I think, in one of those foreign countries. I think maybe Saudi Arabia, and the guy was running across the road. Next thing you know, this thing, whatever it was, comes off of his face, and then he's climbing up on a tank and gets on the inside. So that's every government's dream right there. So if they were to know that a creature could do something like that, they'd be like, okay, we catch it. It's already in our government park. Maybe we could reverse engineer what happened, how it does that. Put it in our genes. Make us one of them. Because you ain't gonna make a technology out of that shit. You would have to be that particular creature. I'm just saying. So, little boy Jared, bones found at the very tip of a peak in that area. One of the researchers, or one of the people that was helping him, said, maybe there was a flood in the canyon, in the gorge. I'm like, what? Do you know how long it would take for that much water to fill up that thing? It would have to be coming in from another area for it to even flood in there. Okay? I'm talking about a massive tsunami kind of deal. Like, let's just say some water from the ocean got through the town and it flooded right into that area. Or it's connected to a channel that water just comes in every once in a while. We're talking about within a 4-year period. It would take ages for that thing to fill up. You know, we're talking about like a canyon-like gorge. You know, seriously, really? No. Okay, so that lets you know that this stuff is so creepy. They just come up with anything that makes sense to them. Just so they won't touch it. They immediately solve it right away in their head by saying shit like that. Even his father knew that was a crock of shit. You know, that's the biggest crock of spoot I ever heard in my life. In case you're wondering, that comes from my favorite cartoon that got canceled after they revealed themselves as cartoons. Norbert and Daggett, Angry Beavers. I love that cartoon so much. And that's how they canceled that show. They revealed on the cartoon that they weren't real. You know, there were actually a bunch of guys standing in a booth talking to them, you know, talking into a microphone. And they cut it right there. That was the last episode. Unfortunately, I never saw that one. And if I did, I can't remember. That was a long time ago. But I think that was the original episode and it got cut or something. I don't know. I don't know if it even made it to the TV. I'm not sure. It might have. But anyway, so like I said, that's the thing about, you know, Jared Adair. Could you believe ever and accept the fact that it is something that you never thought could ever exist? It could be a different species of being that you're gonna try and figure out. You can describe it, but that's all you're gonna have to do. You have to watch it do its thing. Its thing is killing people, eating them whole, eating them alive to where all you see is a tibia in a sock. It had to been devoured by something. People try to say, oh, it was attacked by a mountain lion. Man, please. Mountain lions, they nibble. Okay? And then they drag you all the way back to its lair. You know, its pride rock. So he can feed his family. Okay? But, here's the thing. They don't devour. They nibble at first. They chuck. They pull. You know? They jerk. They gobble up. And they get at the protein, which is in the stomach. They go for the gut first in any prey, even in gazelles or antelope. Yes, I'm describing the Lion King, but it's all facts. It's all facts. They go for the gut first, people. They don't devour any prey. As a matter of fact, when they get done with most of it, they leave the rest of it for the flies. And then for us to pick it up and take it to wherever it got to be taken and dealt with. Like all these deers that's always found on the side of the road. Where do you think they put them? You know? Now, if there was a mountain lion in the area, it would have went straight for the stomach because that's where the protein is. Even animals know that that's very important to your system. And they go for it because we eat the protein. They eat the protein, the animals. Okay? They got protein in them too. But they have to use that to survive. So they can prey and eat the prey. Take it back to the cave. Hey. Anyway, but see, that's what I'm saying. So, sorry about that, because, you know, I'm wired up today because, you know, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, you know. It's fall now. You know, I felt it the very next day. Like, the first day, it was nice and warm from sun up to sundown. And when I got home around 1 something in the morning, it was like 90 degrees or 80 degrees. And the next day, poof, 64, 63, 62. As I was coming out of my subdivision, you know, it's like wherever you at, it's like if you got a lot of trees in the area, it's almost like that you can just feel the temperature drop the further you go. And then when you look at your meter on your car, because you know you got that stuff now, you literally see it drop from like 85 to 80 because you got trees you coming around. That's nature. It causes cool areas to form. Especially if it's being shadowed by a big source that blocks out the sun. Basic physics, people. So, getting on to the main course of the episode today. Sorry about that one. I was a little animated there, but I love what I do. So, I get a little excited sometimes. But I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. Now, today's story comes from an article called Missing People in America. This came out on October 5th at 2:41 p.m. This will give you chills on this day 1 year ago. A guy named Terrence Shamell, or Shamell, but I think Shamell, it sounds more accurate. You know how I am with all these names. If it ain't my last name, I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, Terrence Shamell Woods, he went missing. Now, Terrence was, at a remote location in Idaho County. Penman Mine, which is where he was at, near Orogrande. There you go, Orogrande. I like that. Orogrande. Very exotic. But that's a beautiful place too. But anyway, now he was working with a film crew. So maybe he worked with making a movie. Possibly. Or he was with a crew that was making a movie, or maybe a documentary about something. But anyway, that's where he was working at, with a film crew. Now, at about 5:30 p.m., while the crew was packing up and ending production for the day, something really, really, really crazy happened. This guy, Terrence, was reported to have abruptly left the group and ran into the forest. Now, if you think back, there was a young college kid named Lars Matank that did the same goddamn thing. This dude, looking kind of, I guess, normal, walking into the hospital, which was in a mall. It's kind of, I'd never heard of that before, but I think they said a mall, or a mall area where they had a hospital. Walks in there. This is what you see on the CCTV cameras. I guess he's in there for whatever he's in there for. Then all of a sudden, in one of the frames, this dude is sprinting like he's trying to run a mile to get to the goal with a football in his arm. He was moving. Okay. Then on some of the cameras that they could catch, they see him running through a parking lot. And then he jumps over, I don't think they caught that part, but he jumps over this fence or guardrail and disappears into the forest, and he's never been found. Now, there's a possibility that maybe this guy actually did get devoured by, well, not devoured, but, eaten by animals. There may have been mountain lions in that area. I think he was in Florida. I don't want to say. I'd have to look at the story again because I think I did a story about him on my channel. Or did an episode rather. It's not a story. It's a fact. Well, actually, if you think about it, all stories are facts. Depends on what kind of story we're talking about, like fairy tales and all that. But anyway, so this reminds me of that. So like I said, he's never been found. Now this dude, same thing. He just instantly snaps into some guy that just wanted to run into the forest. Okay. Why? I don't know. Maybe in his mind, whatever was in his head, whatever put this image in his head, or this little movie, maybe he was hearing someone that he knew calling out to him. But if that was the case, he would have said, I'm coming. No, he just runs in there, just like that dude, Lars Matank. he just runs in there and nobody knows why he just ran off. He was fine the whole time. And then all of a sudden, poof, he snaps. Well, I wouldn't really call it snaps because this is something that just, it's not like he picked somebody up and just threw him to the ground. That would be bipolar disease. These people snap. This guy just ran off into the forest without giving any reason why. He wasn't screaming or anything. He just ran off. Now, if he was, maybe that part just didn't get put in the wording in this article. I don't know, but we'd have to understand the idea of why he did it from the crew. Now, if I was that good of a person who could do that, I would ask them myself, what did you actually hear and see as this man ran off into the forest? Was he screaming? Was he saying, I'm coming, I'm coming, coming? Like maybe he heard his little girl out there. What is she doing out there? I'm coming, man. Who knows? But they only put that part out there. So maybe there was more to this story. It could be. Because why would a man run into the forest abruptly, sprinting, and not have a reason for him not to scream? Or yell out the reason why? Or sound worried or frightened? Or because now let's just say something took over his mind. Then he would probably look like a dazed zombie, just kind of walking like this. You can tell if you're looking at him from, a bird's eye view, you can probably see him just kind of walking like that. That means he's walking like he's slugging, It's like a, movie picture frame, but I have a very active imagination. But yeah, but not to be very candid about this, because this is very serious. But now Terrence was seen running by the film crew, who remained in the area searching for him. It's very good, but they still don't know why he did it. He just started running, as far as I can tell. They didn't mention him screaming or anything. They just said he just started running past the crew. Just imagine you see a bunch of people going by in a big old whisk, and he's just running. When you see these like little lines of things just running, just going past us, he's moving forward. It kind of reminds me of that. So that's what he was doing. Just started running. Now, an extensive air and ground search, by the Idaho County Sheriff's Office has found no sign of Terrence. So he literally just vanished into the forest. But, he vanished when he got into the forest. Now, see, they have put these kind of fears in a lot of stories, too. Go into the forest, something bad happens. You meet a witch or a beast who lives in a big castle behind the forest. Or you go in there and you just don't come out. More like that movie M. Night Shyamalan put out there. Where these people go into the forest and they never come back home. And then I think he found like a massive graves somewhere out there. I don't know. But that was the pivotal point of that story in that movie. Creatures come out of the forest and they look hairy and big snouts and large teeth. When they finally got a look at them, I think they were hairy, or they could have just been like skinless. I don't know, but they look creepy. Okay, now let's just say. By the way, now if you have any information about this young man, Terrence Shamell Woods, please call the Idaho County Sheriff's Office at 208-983-1100. I'll say it again. 208-983-1100. There you go, folks. That's the story about this young man. I wanted to make sure I got that out there first and foremost, because this is fairly brand new. This is more than a couple of days. So, is there a huge thing going on with the Idaho forest? Maybe. The man vanished into the forest. He hasn't been seen. They went over that whole area with helicopters. Nothing. Now, I'm pretty sure they were going to do a ground search too. Maybe there was a hole out there, or the dirt gave way and he fell into a little dip that probably got him trapped. Maybe, I don't know. But if that would be the case, that means he'd still be alive, and that would be a good thing because they would have to just get him out if his head is still above the dirt. Now, it could be a natural thing. He probably fell. He can't do anything, but he wasn't found. They searched. No trace. Maybe there was a pocket opened to another level that he ran right into that he couldn't see, because that kind of energy cannot be seen in the physical plane by naked eyes. This is a fact. So I'm just saying, it could be anything. That's why I say, can you accept it? Would you be able to process that in your mind? Would it be because of me? Because I talk about it all the time? Maybe. Because I am prepping you people. I have learned to trust my instincts way more than I ever have. Okay? So let's just say my instincts are telling me to believe the unbelievable. Put things together. All the evidence. Bones. Nothing but bones being found. The top of a cranium. And nothing else. Licked clean, people. 4 years. Shoes look like brand new shoes. A tooth that was on a log, but covered with straw or leaves, like it was laid there on purpose, just to say, yes, I did this. And it also says something else. Want to know what it says? You can't stop me. Can you imagine something that heinous, something that creepy, doing something like this, and then leaving a calling card? The scene alone is a calling card. Bodies that are lifeless, partially clothed, which I still don't get that part, but it's never found with the cause of death. No puncture wounds, no stab wounds, no bullet holes, no GHB in the system. Or if there is GHB in the system, the person does not drink. How did he get it in the first place if it doesn't? Did they shove it down his throat? Furthermore, why would the system be filled with GHB in the first place? It didn't kill him. Or maybe they put so much in the system that it did. I don't know. But if you leave a calling card like that saying that you can't stop me, no matter what you do, that's the reason why I said the government knows they can't do anything about it. They gotta just let it happen. This is a breeding ground for these kind of beings. They can cloak themselves. They can warp reality. They can put you in a room that's like a holodeck, but you can't even tell because everything around you is basically the entire environment that you came from. You hear is a boom, and you're there. Okay? It's not like you walking into a room. You just hear a boom, and you're there. You're transported to this area. Okay? These levels do merge a lot. You just got to know when it's happening. You know that eerie silence that falls over you in the forest for like 20 minutes, and then nothing else happens either, like the sound of wind blowing, past the leaves or through the leaves. Birds singing. All that stuff stops. And when everything gets still and it looks like a movie set, there's nobody around, it's like whatever was there gets transported somewhere else just so you could be there by yourself. It's weird. I've experienced that. Okay, it happened to me David Paulides said it happened to him. A woman that was on Friday Night Questions when David Paulides was on there, she said the same thing. It was like 1 minute people were there, the next minute nobody was. That is the evidence. Evidence of two levels merging, ours and another one. You just can't tell unless you know what you're looking for. I have figured this out, people. Once David Paulides said he felt he had the same experience. Well, he was the first one to say it. Okay? And then, because see, I found out that when that happens, there is a predator in the area. All of nature knows it's coming. And they get quiet so they won't be its next victim. For food. Think about it. If the entire planet does that, and it's a predator, you might not want to be anywhere near this predator. Okay, your safest place to be just might be your house. But people disappear inside the house too. Think about that little boy that David Paulides talked about when he was being interviewed by George Norrie himself. Just want to give him a plug. I hope I'm doing the right thing because, I don't want that to be copyright infringement. I've heard things like that happening. But Coast to Coast AM, there was a story about a little boy that was in a camper with his sister, older sister, and a cat. All three were asleep. Parents was outside walking around enjoying the scenery, maybe looking for an area where they could camp, set their tent up or go to the lake, And all of a sudden, they hear a scream. When they looked back and ran towards the camper, the door was wide open. They went inside. What do you think they saw? They didn't see an animal somehow getting inside and tearing up their children, chunk by chunk. All they saw was the older sister and the cat in a dead sleep because they didn't even hear that little boy scream. He's never been found. This happened, I think, in the 70s. He talked about this. Okay? And I can't remember what park. I would have to go back and listen to that particular recording. But I think I recorded it or I saved it on my phone, in YouTube. I just have to look it up to see if it's up there. But that's going to be a lot of, a lot of them, because I recorded I saved every single video. Every time he would be on Coast to Coast, I would listen to it on my phone live. When I was listening to Coast to Coast, I stopped listening to him because I realized he was never going to have the answers on that show with all those people that come up there because they don't know what I know. And I don't mean to be facetious when I say that or cocky, but trust me, there's a lot that they actually probably do know, but they're just not talking about it. But see, I know the same thing, and that's why I am talking about it because you deserve to know. It's stuff that you probably can't believe, but it's there. That's reality, and that's the worst part because you don't realize that. I realized that I think before 2017 when I had my moment. But I think that's when I figured it out. The unknown is reality. So, but yeah. A lot of strange things. So, I hope that sums it up for you. But I got to go because I got somewhere I got to be. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Alright guys, thank you for joining me, thank you for watching me, and thank you for your subscriptions. I want to thank all of you and send my love just as much as you have sent yours for all of my videos. And so it's time for me to get live somewhere else. Alright, so aloha, mahalo, and a hui hoo. Peace out. Wahine, and peace out. Bye.